This kind of sets here are really K-poppy. This is a very visually pleasing music video. And of course, Kiss of Life always have their sex appeal. They look sensual and hot in many ways. Everything is great except... Hello guys, this is Juneri. I'm an artist, developer and producer, and today I'm going to watch Kiss of Life's Get Loud.
To turn it on, move me like my favorite song. Like Superwoman, I wanna feel right. 그려봐다 on stage. 느낌을 따라 나 움직여. 시간은 다른 space, yeah. Feel the rhythm go cha-cha. Get ready to turn it on. Is it real? Is it real, babe? 이것만 지켜지 않는 곳. I'll be right there. Let me show you how we move. I didn't move there. I can bring it, call it dreaming. Now you fit you in a minute. Shake the room, feel the vibe, it's like that. I'll inspire some shinin' illusion. 넌 순간 빠져 to a new sensational. 이것만 지켜지 않는 곳. Cause I got it if I want it. 현실과 꿈 사이 I don't wanna wake up now. 날려 confetti. Get loud, 커져가는 bass I'm down. Baby come and give it to me. Red top으로 느껴지는 my vibe. Baby come and give it to me. 멈출 생각은 없지. Love how it does it like that. Roll up the crowd 느껴봐 넌 이미. So lose yourself. Dance in the ground in my tight dress. Levitate me in the crowd looking priceless. Bitch in the tune triple like that. If you feel the same, gotta get here ASAP. Other boys say I'm a little salty. 철저히 관심 없어 금방 틀리고 my plastic. Gotta level up, gotta get naughty. Baby when the groove 날려줘 confetti, yeah. Get loud, 커져가는 bass I'm down. Baby come and give it to me. Red top으로 느껴지는 my vibe. Baby come and give it to me. 멈출 생각은 없지. Love how it does it like that. Roll up the crowd 느껴봐 넌 이미. So lose yourself.
Okay, so that was Get Loud. Let's see what's going on here. Pop. It just popped like a balloon. The party is over. So yeah, this was Get Loud from Kiss of Life. It's their title track, actually. They already released a beat track a few days ago. I already reviewed that. So what's going on here? To begin with a bit positive vibe, I really like the music video. I think they have done a really nice work. Everybody involved with this and has produced this. We have really nice sets. The budget shows. There's some digital graphics, of course, here and there. And the attires are colorful and nice. The choreography is also really nice for what it is. And I'm gonna talk about this in a minute. I really like the lighting too, the skin colors. This kind of sets here are really K-poppy. In terms of being obvious that this is a set, but making it so beautiful so you don't care about that and you just focus on the artist. What I'm saying is that this is a very visually pleasing music video. And it's something you can easily follow. It's just a party happening and the choreography in there. Have some really nice close-up shots like this. I think this is nutty, right? And probably there are a few symbols here and there as well and things happening in this music video that require a few more watch-throughs to find out what's going on. I really like her nails here. And of course, Kiss of Life always have their sex appeal. They look sensual and hot in many ways. The girls perform this really nicely. They look really beautiful. Everything is great except the music. I mean, if you are so much into Britney Spears and Koda Kumi, This kind of vibe in general that appeared perhaps 25, even 30 years ago, and then traveled into Japanese pop and then into Korean pop. Artists like Boa and Ihyori and some girl groups about 15 years ago, and then thankfully slowly faded out because I really don't like this style. So if you're into that kind of thing, then yes, maybe you really enjoy this. But the question is this a style that is still catchy and has a place in 2024? And it's not just one element, it's the music, the instrumental, it's the vocal melody, it's the vocals and the choreography. Everything together is that exact style. Because it's this kind of concepts that go as a package. You need all these elements put together in order to construct something like this. Personally, I'm not a fan of the instrumental, these guitars going on, and this kind of choreography. I would expect something much more than Kiss of Life after they have provided us with some incredible releases like Sticky in the summer. I don't know if this is gonna make an impact. To me, it feels a bit weak and something we have consumed already. And I hope it's not gonna be revived more than this. And I'm pretty sure people that are watching this could imagine many interesting concepts that could actually be much better than this for Kiss of Life. Of course, it's one thing imagining concepts and another thing actually executing them. I'm just saying, while this is a great production, it's slightly disappointing to me, not because they haven't performed what they're trying to do well. Actually, everything is great and everything's perfect, and as I said, if you're into this kind of stuff, then this could be your favorite song from Kiss of Life. But personally, for me, it's not the kind of style I really like. So except watching it a couple of more times here and there and perhaps remixing it, I don't think this is gonna be a song that I'm gonna put in my playlist and listen for many months or even years. And I do have a feeling it's also gonna be forgotten pretty fast. It's not gonna have the impact Sticky had, for example. Would I call it generic? Actually, yes. For that kind of style, it's just a generic song that doesn't belong in this decade. It belongs 20, 30 years in the past. And it's not like you're doing this retro wave concept that you're bringing elements from the past into the modern era. For example, if you were doing an 80s concept and you were trying to do it exactly like it was in the 80s, that would be interesting. But this is much more recent. And yes, I do know that Kiss of Life have a certain style, and sometimes they do have this kind of elements in their songs. It's not the first song that they're doing something like this, but this is just that. And just the nice music video and visuals. The girls, of course, are always flawless. I have nothing bad to say about the artist. It's the production team that takes the decisions, and I just didn't like this so much. At the same time, their other song, R.E.M., was just a ballad, which even if you like, it's something that can be quite easily forgotten as a ballad without the energy. You usually wait for the title track to enjoy all this energy, and well, this is what we got. So overly, I'm not very happy about Kiss of Life's comeback, and the only choice I have is to wait for their next one, hopefully very soon.